Marco Polo, Marco Polo. Marco Polo, Marco Polo. What's up? What's up? Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Forgot to grab my water. Yeah, market opens at 9:30. What I think about NQ today? Don't know. I think it'll be pretty slow, to be honest. I think it's going to be a pretty slow day. I'd kind of be surprised if we didn't try to fill a little bit of this new week opening gap down here. We touched into it briefly last night, but I don't know. Maybe we just keep pushing higher. We'll see. I'm going to be really patient today. Don't have very high hopes. Get you a bag. Why are you trading Sunday night Asia session, man? It's not a good idea. Would not recommend it. Long term, I mean, you might get lucky once in a while. Go watch my story I posted last night. You might get lucky once in a while. You might once in a blue moon see a good setup, but overall, over the course of your trading career, it's not a good idea when you have such quality market conditions, typically between 9:30 a.m. Eastern time and all the way to 3 or 4 p.m. Eastern time. There's no reason to be trading Sunday night Asia on NQ and ES. And sometimes gold looks good. I was watching some people trade gold last night, but just there's no reason for it. You're welcome, Nora. I appreciate you. That massive reward you Venmo'd me was appreciated too. I appreciate that. Didn't realize you were that rich. C-Bum's brother trading. Something like that. Yeah, I saw Turbo Trades. I always like watching his. For the past couple of weeks, I'll watch his streams that trades gold in the Asia session. I'm telling you, though, trading NQ, ES, Sunday night, it's not ideal, man. It's not. I can tell you from experience. You do what you want, though. You'll have to find that out on your own. I did have to fight that bear. Yeah, that was a pretty aggressive bear too. Yeah, it was enough. Yeah, it covers the bills for the next week or so. It's dead. This is called. That's the name of the indicator. Hi, Dad. I do gold during evals, so I don't really touch NQ. Yeah, I've only taken 2 trades on gold in my life, and that's been over the past week, or it was last week. And I did well on both. Moves pretty aggressively. A lot of people swear by it, man. I don't think I'm going to trade it consistently, but there was 2 pretty decent setups that I saw from what I've been watching, and I took it, and they both played out. So yeah, the movements are super aggressive. Uh, they happen really fast. So that's the 15-minute chart on gold right there. Price comes up on the 15, touches VWAP, and short that shit. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. But that is something that I've noticed. It does heavily bounce off of the VWAP. Good afternoon. It's morning here, Kyle. Where are you that it's afternoon? You must be in Europe, maybe. You can see how ES is bouncing off the VWAP here, too. It's done it twice. What's up, Nick? Scotland. There you go. What do I normally trade? ES and NQ, mostly NQ. Just depends on how much fluidity, is that the right term? How solidly or how smoothly one of the indices is moving over the other. ES sometimes is looking like it moves less herky jerky and more smooth. The setups are more clean, so I'll take ES if that's the case. Otherwise, I'm trading NQ. Looking for longs? I'm not sure what we're looking for, Nick. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a move down, maybe touching into this new week opening gap, digging into it a little bit. But I could be completely wrong. We could just keep pushing higher. So I'm just going to stay patient and wait. If we see ES take these highs and then reverse, that'd be interesting. Also, it'd be pretty interesting if we saw it come down and take Asia low, dig into this new week opening gap, and then potentially look for a long there. But like I said, this is a no news Monday. It's FOMC week. We got earnings reports from Google, Meta, Amazon, a bunch of different big companies. So I think price is going to be pretty much, I use the term jockeying for position. I think that's kind of what we're going to see today and tomorrow. People kind of trying to get in position so that when FOMC happens or earnings reports come out or Trump's trade talks with Xi Jinping comes out, that they're in a good position to take a trade. So we'll see. What's up, Joe? Yo, I have a question. Does that need that made the gap earlier affect any bias? Does the gap affect the bias? Is that what the question is? This is the new week opening gap. Sometimes gaps like to get filled, so I guess you could say it does affect the bias in a way. But I wouldn't really. I don't know that there's enough information developed so far going into today to have any sort of bias. I mean, you have precedent from trading all-time highs, you could say, okay, it's not really the wisest move to be shorting all-time highs, but we don't really have enough information to go off of yet to have an established bias. So I would say just be patient and let's watch how price kind of develops over the next, obviously today in general, but over the next hour or two. Just be super patient. Market open's going to be pretty interesting, so we'll find out. Trading rehab is partly ended. Took my first trade in a week. 1,000. Nice, man. There you go. You only need 1 or 2 of those a week, man, and that's all it takes. No need for countless trades. That's good. That's good. I'm in longs right now. What do you think? We'll see. I mean, I don't really know, man, to be honest. What we could see, we got ES bouncing off the VWAP here, so it could come up and take this London high and all-time high and then come back down, or it could, you know, hit into this. Is there a 1 hour gap here? No, it's just 30-minute. Could hit into this 30-minute and dump, but you're right here before market opens, so I'd just say be careful. I appreciate that, CJ. What's up, Tyrone? Yeah, Reaper, that's good that you locked yourself out, man. That's smart. You just got to wave to it, man. Don't let it bother you. Think about all the trades that happened before you ever knew trading existed. You know what I mean? Like, think about that. Think about all the just absolutely A-plus juicy setups that took place, and you didn't even know they were going on. If you look at it like that, man, sitting here watching it shouldn't be that hard, especially if you've already made money. A full ported account because I was mentally insane from losing. Yeah, that happens. That's called revenge trading. It's not good. That video I posted on my story on TikTok, you probably should go watch that. That guy talking about revenge trading. Let's see what pre-market is looking like for the Mag 7 here. So we got Apple trading. It's up pre-market. We got NVIDIA. There we go, trading higher. Tesla trading higher. Google trading higher. Amazon trading higher. Meta trading higher. Microsoft trading way higher. Google's up 2.67% right there. Holy sheesh. Tesla's down? Well, they're trading higher, but overall they're down. Okay. Revenge trading is the enemy. Yeah, dude. If you can get a hold of that, you're going to be on your way to making some money. Being okay with losing, and I know that sounds crazy to say. There's a book called The Best Loser Wins. You should read that book. It's the truth, man. If you can master the art of being okay with a loss and turning the charts off, not blowing accounts, not making your losses worse, that's the key. Reaper, I don't pray for things like that, man. I don't think that's what the Lord wants. I mean, he loves us talking to him, I think, no matter what, but I don't think he wants us to pray for prophets like that. Hey, no joking allowed here, Reaper, all right? Just kidding, man. We got 16 minutes still. 15 minutes, 15 seconds till the open. Can you read? You can read? No, I can't, Chance. Was actually illiterate. I was thinking about this. Funny you say that in the shower a few minutes ago. I was actually illiterate until I was like almost 9 years old. Didn't have any interest in reading. Didn't want to do it. You know how that is, man. Am I a ginger? Are you a hairist? It's a hairist term. I'm just kidding, Amy. Yeah, I'm a redhead. I'm strawberry blonde, if you will. It's that UNC thing, Chance. Us UNC guys, man, we can't read. That's why we're UNC fans. Clip that, Reaper. What do you use midnight opening price for? Price likes to bounce off of it, man. Price likes to bounce off of it, and there's also some strategies that go along with it. If you look for, there's T-Trades has a video on a certain strategy that you can try out where I'm trying to remember exactly what the strategy is, but it's basically 8:30 open actually is a more relevant time, but price does, in general, price likes to bounce off of this level. You can see it kind of doing that here. It coincides with the VWAP, but it's kind of bouncing off of that midnight open. Trying to answer my question, gang. What'd you say? It's a lot of. I just answered it. Price likes to bounce off of midnight. Yeah, no problem, man. There's a lot of comments, so I try to read all of them. Is this NQ? This is ES right here. This is NQ right here. We're bouncing back and forth. ES is interesting to us because I want to see. Right now, NQ is kind of just like up here doing its own thing. I'm trying to see if ES is going to, I think it's the leading indice. I want to see if it continues to bounce off the VWAP or if we're going to take one of these levels and then see which way it goes after that. How many accounts do you have? Right now, 4. Trading 4 fundeds. Four fundeds and a personal capital. Take Profit Trader and Apex Trader, Apex Funded Trader, or Apex Trader Funding, whatever it is. No need today? No news today? Yeah, there's no news. Isaiah, if you're in the Discord, I think you are, check the announcement tab. And I usually, every Sunday night, I'll post the scheduled news. I should start putting that on my story on TikTok so you guys can see it who aren't in the Discord. The first time you saw a redhead in real life, you were shocked. We exist. We are rare, but we exist. We're a dying breed, actually. I don't, Lone Wolf, I don't really, I mean, I do this. Like what you're seeing is the extent of my teaching. I don't hold myself out to be a guru at this stuff, man. There's plenty of other people who know way more than I do with more experience that you can probably learn from. So I don't want to take on that responsibility and try to pretend like I'm something that I'm not. You know, I still have times where I'm really struggling at this stuff. I just know enough to make some money right now. So we're in this together. Fitty, this is NASDAQ. I usually mark it on the 15 or the 1 hour, the new week opening gap. I have an indicator for it. So it kind of, this indicator right here marks it out for me. So ICT, new week opening gap. And you can use that from that level to that level. How many accounts have you blown before you became profitable, and how much have you made off of trading? You got the IRS over here. Dude, I spent a lot of money because I didn't do it the right way. I didn't know that there was all the education out there that was available, so I was kind of just trying to learn it on my own. I spent a ton of money on trading before. Most of it was blown on personal capital, trading personal capital, and I was trading Forex. But with actual prop firms, I think before I ever took a payout, I probably blew 10 accounts, at least. But the first couple of payouts that I had made up for all of that, made up for all the losses. How much do you bench? I work out with 315. I don't try to max out. The most I've ever maxed out was 405, but that was a little bigger then. That was about a year ago. Biggest payout in the 20,000 range, 20 something thousand. That was with Apex, off of like 12 accounts at one time. I've done that, Mimi. I've been $80 away from passing an account and blowing it before. What I started doing was just turning the P&L off, like the account balance. Like at the beginning of the day, I'll say, okay, I need to make this to pass, but I'll turn that off so I'm not constantly looking at it. I'm just focused on taking a good setup. No, I wasn't nervous they were going to deny my payout, man. I pay close attention to their rules. Here's a little cheat for you. What you should do when you're trading with a certain firm, you need to make sure you're super familiar with their rules. Every firm has different rules. So what I do, Apex has a facts page that tells you their rules for their funded accounts. Go to that, copy all of it, paste it into ChatGPT, and tell it to highlight the most important rules or to make a list of like bullet points of the rules, and learn exactly what the rules are, and don't violate the rules, and they won't deny you a payout. That's the way I do it. Trading futures and trading forex. Futures are regulated more heavily than forex. I think they're a lot more predictable. I guess if as much as it can be predictable, I think futures are more predictable. They move with more fluidity. That's been my experience. I got cooked in forex, man. I also didn't know trading at all at the time, so that's part of it. But I got absolutely cooked in forex. What made me hop on the charts? You guys, because I said I'd be live. Yeah, if I wasn't streaming, I wouldn't be on the charts. I'd be studying. Yeah, we can trade right now, but market open happens in 6 minutes and 30 seconds, so it wouldn't be advisable. Appreciate that, Reaper. Do I do this full time? This is my full time income. I'm in school right now, so I would say that's my full time job. But this is my full time income. This pays my bills and pays for school and is helping to pay for a house and a new car and another business. I'm studying economics right now, majoring in economics, minor in real estate, and another minor in Japanese. Mark, that's tough, dude. Real estate development, Kyle. Also looking at potentially, I don't know if I want to mention this because it's kind of just an idea on paper right now, but looking at starting a private jet company. As wild as that sounds. Got a guy who currently owns a company. I'm trying to learn from him. I appreciate that, Mimi. I'm trying. Was thing about studying economics, you enjoy it? Was thinking about it. It's okay, man. I'm not huge into math. I mostly did it because it's kind of a convoluted answer, but I've intended for a while now to go to law school after I graduate, and I when you are looking at law schools, the ideal metric to go by is you want to try to get into one of the top 14 schools. The T14 is what they're called. And there's plenty of reasons for that, but in my research of trying to figure out how to get into one of those schools, I researched what are the most prevalent undergraduate degrees for people who do get accepted into the top 14, and economics was one of the top ones. So to be completely honest, that's why I picked it. Do you believe Jesus Christ is? Yeah, absolutely. I don't just believe, I know. I know Jesus Christ is my Savior. Real estate, not jets. Why not both? Why not real estate that you can park your private jet on? Have a hangar on your property. Yeah, 30% rule is you can't make more than 30% of the overall payout in one day, I believe, is how to most easily explain that. Reaper, that's awesome, man. At my school, in order to major in finance, you have to apply to the business school, and it's super competitive to get in. I had thought about doing that, but with the trajectory on what I want to do, I don't know how beneficial it would be. You're a pilot? Yeah, my brother has his license. He has whatever the instrument. No, what is it? He's got visual rating. I don't think he has instrument rating. He might have instrument rating, but he doesn't have his jet certification. It's a whole different ball game to get that. But yeah, that's sick, Adam. You would, Joshua. Yeah, you would. Or you'd need some silent partners to get in with you that you would have to make a deal with them about reimbursement and ownership and all that kind of thing. So yeah, you would if you're coming out of pocket yourself. Typically, you'll need around 20 to 25% down on whatever jet you're purchasing. Plus, you need a Part 135 certification to be able to actually lease them out, where you're having to lease them underneath an entity that already has the Part 135. It's a whole process. Yeah, the maintenance, you got to account for the annuals on that. Yeah. Taylor, I worked for a law firm for about 3 years. I was doing mergers and acquisitions, specifically mergers and acquisitions of small to medium-sized businesses, and I really enjoyed it. So that was the whole reason I kind of started down the path to go to law school. Dude, the hours that IBs work, Reaper. I got some buddies that did that for a while, and then they got out. They were working in New York, and they just couldn't do it, man. It's 100-plus hours a week. They were just like, dude, I can't do this. There's no work-life balance at all. All right, Isaiah, I'll check it out. Okay, like IP. I got a buddy that I'm pretty sure he has his own law firm down in Florida, and I think he does IP law. Let's see. He does consumer protection. A little different. My opinion on peptides, man, I've done some research on them, and so far what I've found is they seem pretty awesome. I'm not on any personally, but I wouldn't be opposed to it sometime in the future. We got 5 seconds till market open here. Let's lock in, see what this does. I'm 32.50. Interesting. manipulation there. Or a pullback for a move higher here. Let's see. Yeah, pullback for a move higher. Trading on the toilet. Appreciate that, Isaiah. Appreciate that, man. Bouncing back and forth between ES and NQ. This is ES. Want to see if we take out these highs here, or if we dip down, touch into the VWAP, and then move up. NQ's pumping. Yeah, we're bouncing back. This is ES right here. So we're keeping an eye on it. Some big orders stacked up and down at 820. 820 and then 810. I think this might go lower here. Take out London, potentially. James Bond. ICT, or what was the pre-market? The ICT new week opening gap indicator is what I showed earlier. ES dumping here. See if it bounces off the VWAP and pushes up, or if it goes lower to London. My pre-market analysis was that we could potentially dig into this new week opening gap, so that'd be interesting if that's what we're about to do here. We'd want an inversion at least on this 1 minute. What strat do I use and is it profitable? Yeah, I mean, it's making money. I think that you need to be taking consistent payouts for 9 to 12 months before you can say that you're a profitable trader. That's just my theory. Gold's pumping. ES dumping. I mean, NQ's dumping. Full ported for you. You know better. You know better, Tristan. Just inverted that one. I think we pump. Yeah, I was gonna say I think we dump here down to London. ES dumping past VWAP right here, going to London. I just realized I'm on a my paper account here on TradingView. Hang on a second. Let me sign into my prop firm account here. Hang on one second. Sorry about this. Boom, boom. I had a swing trade going on my paper account that I was interested in. I bought down when we dipped 3 Fridays ago, whatever it was. Up like 73,000 on it. Hesitation here at the VWAP. ES is definitely taking London here. Parker, what's up, man? I hadn't seen your post recently, dude. Where you been? Yeah, it'd been pretty funny if I took a paper trade. Your TradingView account's 391. You just been full porting, man. I was getting some Alpha Zeros accounts, and I don't really like them, but there's no consistency rule. Oh, so you were serious. You really did full port 4 evals. I thought you were messing with me. Nah, James. We saw the inversion there. The move that I think would be ideal, I'm not necessarily looking to take something that I'm not 100% sure of on a No News Monday, especially a No News Monday of FOMC week. But what I would potentially like to see is a sweep of London here and then maybe a move higher. But maybe this is just the move we get this morning. If that's it, that's fine. Strong touchback here on ES. I think this still goes lower to London. We'll see. Maybe not. Touchback of that 2 minute there. NQ bounced almost right off of that VWAP right there. Still 9:30. Yeah, that doesn't change. 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Inverted that one, pushing back up, teased the London low, and then just moved right back up. This is why you got to be careful, man. NQ bounced right off that VWAP. What's the Mag 7 doing? Mag 7's kind of just hovering here. Look at that VWAP bounce there. What's the book looking like? It's looking a little thin, to be honest, Reaper. It's looking a little thin. We got a large order stacked up at 25,850 on NQ. Another order above that at 25,860, and then another order above that at 25,867.50. Below, we have a decent size order at 825. We're about to hit it right now, I think. Yeah. Just grabbed it. Or nope. Grabbed it right. Not yet. It's just teasing it. Yeah, I don't know. This is I'd be really careful here in this range. Be really careful here, guys. Don't jump into anything. Would have liked to see London get taken here, bounce out of this new week opening gap to the upside, targeting London high, but it's not happening. I think it will happen, though. This could be it right here. Let's see a dump down to 25,775. This area down here where London low is on NQ. ES needs to take out London low as well here. It's seek and destroy is what we call this. Exactly, Taylor. Just got to sit on your hands. Big order down at 25,800 here. I want to see London get taken. You're in short? I can see that, Nick. I'm not fully convinced with this price action, but I can see why you would be down to London low. Are you on ES or NQ? NQ, yeah. Yeah, I'd be a little surprised if we didn't at least take London and maybe even dig into down to where Asia is down here. But we'll see. ES is pumping again. Chop, chop, yeah. What indicator is that for the orders? What are you talking about, Jace? Oh, what I'm reading? It's Bookmap. It's not an indicator. It's a software. Level 2 data software. I have it on one of my other monitors. You can see it if you're on my YouTube channel. I'm streaming that. So many people are getting stopped out from this. I guarantee it. In both directions. Yeah, I like it a lot. I like Bookmap a lot. -$7. If you're short here, Nick, and NQ, I don't know what your entry was, but I was going to say I'd have my stops above this relative equals right here. How much is Bookmap? Roughly about $100 all in per month. As VWAP's holding us up here. Above New York high. What's a DOM? Depth of market shows where orders are stacked from a very level one perspective. Look at those wicks on the 5 minute, man. That's ES. It's NQ. Yeah, this is definitely seek and destroy. You guys be super careful. Went in with 1 micro, not bad. There you go. Potentially the PM session, but again, Joy, I think what we're seeing here, we're just going to see this kind of action until later in the week, to be honest. There's so much news scheduled this week, so many different things going on that I think that this is why I said in the story that I posted last night that we're going to be very, very cautious to take any trade. We might not take any trades at all. Trump's meeting with China. I think that's Wednesday. Xi Jinping. Yeah, there's earnings reports coming out. There's FOMC. There's advanced GDP. There's all kinds of stuff. So I think until Wednesday, it's going to be hit or miss. A little bit of a gamble. What helped me so much in my trading, and I hope you guys can adopt this, is that you have to get rid of the mindset of I have to make money today. I have to make money today. I have to take a trade. If I don't, I'm behind. I see all these other people making money. What did I miss? You kind of got to put that. You got to get rid of that and just be like, okay, this is a game that I'm intending to play for the next 20 years. And if I don't take a trade today, in the overall grand scheme of things, it's not going to hurt anything. It's actually going to benefit me. It's going to work out for the better. There's way too many good trades that come to be sitting here trying to like force one to happen that isn't there. Exactly. No emotional trading. Exactly. If you want to make money every single day, go. You can work a 9 to 5. Probably a lot less stressful. How are the Mag 7 looking? Mag 7 are down a little bit. I mean, it's in within range here. Thoughts on gold? VC trades, I recommend getting off for sure. Yeah, definitely. So FOMC will start to rally up potentially. Yeah, I think earnings also will come into play there. I think earnings start. Is it Tuesday or Wednesday? Can't remember. But there's some major companies reporting earnings this week, so I think that'll play a role. Yeah, I think that's smart. If you're going to get off, that's not a bad idea. Take profit trader, D. Three-minute looks fantastic. Oh, that's beautiful, yeah. And you're going to see people, I promise you, you'll see this. Don't let it get to you. You'll see people later in the day be like, dude, how did you guys not see that? There was an A+ setup there. Don't feel like you didn't see something. This is not A+. I don't care what anyone says. Nothing about this is A+. Nothing here is A+. Yeah, this is live. See, appreciate it, James. Yeah, he can't read barcode. You didn't know it was going up? Oh. Did you guys have a good weekend? Anybody do anything noteworthy that was unusual? Waited for Monday. I know that feeling. Look at this. Now we're getting a little pump back up here. Found out you have fleas. That happens, man. That goes along with the animals sometimes, especially if they're outside a lot. Yeah, I don't see a wick on London here. Oh, yeah, on the NQ. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, but ES is playing games with us, so I wouldn't give this too much credence here. And that's not necessarily what I would like to see in terms of a sweep. No closure over it. But you are correct on NQ. It did sweep that London. It did wick the London. Chubby. Is that Chubby or Chubby? Chubby? Yeah, I'm right there with you. Gambling. I mean, you can make money gambling on this for sure. Or maybe trading gold. I don't know. I don't know. A lot of friendly neighbors, cats. Let's keep the rats and stuff away. Possibly no trade today and leg day. Today's gonna be rough. Yeah. Leg days are the most rewarding though, because at least for me, I always feel the best after a leg day. Yeah, Tristan, you're up big, aren't you? Didn't you see that trade, man? We took it. You didn't see it? We're up big, dude. We're up a couple racks here on each account. Can't believe you missed that, dude. Here comes the real sweep of London on NQ, I think. This is so weird. Close $30. Hey, there you go. That's true, Tristan. That's true. Yeah, you're gonna, especially if you're trading a trailing drawdown, intraday trailing drawdown, you'd really be screwed. Hey, he's green, man. David, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. You have a commentator voice. I comment on Indian cricket in the AM hours. Actually, it's my side gig. I'm a cricket commentator. No clue what's going on, but they love my voice. Salad, I don't know that anybody knows what either indice is going to do here, NQ or ES. Need somebody to make a sacrifice, Adam. Somebody just full port along here and convince the market to go higher. No, Alex, we're not trading this garbage, dude. It's terrible price action right here. Yeah, call up BlackRock. Better yet, call up the Don. Get him to issue a tweet. Tell him to put a tweet out. Tell him to say China, and we'll short. You know, ES just spiked up. Did it even touch that? I think it touched it by a tick. So weird, dude. So weird. I appreciate that, Tristan. Nah, this is ES and NQ. Got another little wick above London here. VC, I would not kick yourself about that, dude. There's nothing here really that I would not be getting too excited or worked up about anything, missing it or taking it. We just left London low down here on ES. I don't have full faith that this is done going down to touch that yet. I mean, we very well could keep going higher, but I'd be surprised if we didn't come back to revisit that London low. Jose, we're not doing anything. Sitting on our hands, man. This is not ideal price action here. Wait, cleaner? I mean, it's not as wiki. Yeah, no news today either. Definitely not a bad idea just to wrap it up. There's no news Monday, Salad. It's you got FOMC this week. You have a bunch of other scheduled economic news events, red folder news events. You also have Trump speaking with Xi Jinping on Wednesday. You have earnings reports coming out. So all of that leads to typical price jockeying to anticipate what those days are going to look like. So typically not the best trading days. Typically. At least not for my style. Yeah, this is not what you want to be involved with. You could say this was the accumulation, this might be manipulation, and then we get the distribution to the downside, maybe. But again, you'd be taking a chance here if you made that prediction. What website do you recommend starting? YouTube, Alex? I'd recommend starting on YouTube. Education is the most important thing about this to get started. There's a guy named ChristianTrades on YouTube. He has a channel, a bunch of educational stuff on there. ICT, if you can stand him, or if you want to trade order flow, there's other people to watch that trade a completely different style than ICT. I think that's a good. Mostly, the thing about trading is you have to find a style or a way of trading that makes sense to you, that you can easily repeat and make money off of. The biggest thing after you learn how price moves and the markets move and a strategy is learning psychological discipline. That's 90% of being successful. All right, Reaper. Take care, man. Yeah, Isaiah, following rules is the biggest part, which to me goes along with the psychology. It's a discipline. Yes, pumping, NQ pumping. All-time highs on ES. All-time highs on NQ. I follow you. Text me. Have red and black candles. Yeah. Sit on your hands, VC, or turn the charts off. It sounds like you might struggle with discipline a little bit. Nope, I don't mean that offensively. But best thing you can do is turn the charts off and go do something else. Don't get too anxious. Not sure what just happened there. Whole computer froze up for a second. A lot of sell side liquidity being built up here on NQ. Arrow sales, not looking for anything really, man. This price action is not ideal for me and my trading style. We're kind of just watching to see how things transpire here. What I was looking for originally was a sweep down to London low, a dig into this new week opening gap, and then potentially a long out of it. But price just came down here and teased it, didn't actually take it, and then pushed up. So we just wave to it and watch it go bye-bye. It's a data wick. Yeah, Kyle, that's a data wick. But no, it just got swept right here, if you're talking about this one. It very well could, yeah. Mini. Yeah, there's a lot of sell side liquidity build up right here on NQ. Still could dump. It could just keep trickling higher though. That's probably more likely. That's a 2 hour there. See how we just tapped right into that VWAP and then pushed up. Appreciate all those follows. Appreciate you guys. Yes, it is. Yeah, all-time highs. Easy skip day for sure, yeah. The 1 second chart. Oh. It was pretty good, man. Honestly, I studied the whole time. Watched a little football, studied, watched some hockey. No boyfriend, girlfriend. She was out of town though. She had a wedding she was going to with her mom and her brother. Yeah, literally, dude. My time, if I'm not trading or doing something trading related, my time is either consumed with uh, just business in general or school or working out. What did I study? I studied a lot of Japanese this weekend. Studied a lot of Japanese, and I read a ton for a Roman history class that I'm taking. Is Jays playing tonight? Oh, the baseball? That was last night, wasn't it? Did they play last night? Who are we pulling for there? That is tonight, 8 o'clock. You're right. Series is 1-1. Can I talk to you in Japanese? What do you want me to say? Watashi wa Nihongo o benkyou shimasu. Canadian, gotta go Jays. Analyze the charts. I'm not that good, to be honest. I'm still learning, man. I can say very basic stuff. I can introduce myself. I can talk about what I'm studying. I can talk about what I did over the weekend. Can give you the time. Can ask where things are. Can ask you questions. Thought CBOM was day trading. Yeah, this is the 1 minute right here, Nick. I like a couple of the Jays players, man. I also like a couple of the players on the Dodgers. I like Ohtani, man. I think Shohei is one of the best baseball players to ever play the game. I don't really think that's debatable. So I enjoy watching him. He's unreal. I'm not a huge Dodgers fan. One of my brothers played for a while for the Giants, and that was like their rival. So ever since then, I just haven't been a huge fan of the Dodgers. But they have some good players, man. They got some good talent on their team. Yeah, it's crazy to think how young he is and how good he is. I like how he plays the game too, man. He plays it with respect and integrity. I feel like he's a solid player. Taking his 5 minute, a long off the 5 minute, or are you waiting to inverse it down to the lows? Waiting for the close, yeah. Um, Rich Homie, which one are you talking about? The fair value gap? That's the fair value gap indicator. Yeah, man. Don't force it if it's not there, Tristan. You know the deal. I hate to see you start the week on a red note. It's just so wiki, man. Yeah, that was a yes right there. This is a yes. He's talking about the inversion. If this 5 minute candle closes and it inverts this 5 minute to the downside, he's potentially going to take a short, I think, down to London low or at least down to the VWAP. I would imagine that's what he's talking about. Unless he's waiting for a closure here and he's going to, as soon as it closes, he's going to long it. Pretty sure he's trading evals, though, so. Looking for shorts, yeah. Yeah. Look at that wick, dude. He said that earlier. He made a comment when he got in here. VC said something earlier that he got some evals. Jay, what's up, man? What's a cap? What you mean? Where'd you see that? This 5 is just teasing. No. We haven't seen anything to trade, man. This is not ideal trading conditions at all. Not for me, at least. This is just the inverted fair value gap indicator. Nephew Sam. Can you explain why I messed up? Because you're not being patient. Because you're itching to get into a trade rather than itching to see a good setup and take a plus trade. I've been there. You got to say you for one you need to know what potentially today's price action was going to look like prior to the market opening, and the way you can assess that is, okay, well, what news do we have scheduled this week? We have FOMC, we have advanced GDP, we have CPE, we have Trump speaking with Xi Jinping, we have earnings reports. All of that combined is going to basically tell you that a no news Monday is typically going to be very wonky. It's going to be very weird price action. And based on that, unless you see something that is just absolutely A plus, you're gonna keep your hands off the button. You're gonna keep your booger hooker off the bang switch. You don't mess with the orb? Not necessarily, no. I've tried it before. I've backtested the crap out of it. I'd say for me, it's a 50-50 strategy, which is not bad, but I like my strategy I've had more success with. And it's more, to me, it's more executable, if that makes sense. Yeah, this is the 5-minute on NQ. We were waiting to see a closure here to invert this 5. Yeah, man. Again, I'm not saying that to be critical, because if I say something, it's probably because I've been there myself, or something I'm still struggling with, to be honest. It's not easy. It's screwing with you, bro. You get a tap back after this close. This might not even close, but how crazy would it be if it just completely wicks back up? Yeah, I do like breaker blocks a lot. A sweep combined with a breaker block, a fair value gap, and inversion, ideally inside of that breaker with a retest, a clear draw on liquidity in the opposite direction. That's pretty much A plus for me. I'm going to take that every single time I see it. Exactly. Search and destroy. You trade fundeds? Yeah, I do. Trading 4 fundeds right now. Have 1 personal capital account. 4 years, G-Man, 4 years. Long as you're short? Neither at the moment. I'd say if you want, when this 5 closes, if you get a retest, potentially a short there with stops above. Let's see, 874.75. I probably have stops like right here. That's where I'd put my stop. I have to tap back on this, but I'm not taking it. That's just, if I was, that's what I would do. Michael is definitely not my middle name. It's different for everybody, man. I still don't know that I like to say that I don't necessarily consider myself profitable, because I've only been taking consistent payouts for like the past 4 or 5 months or so, like consistently. I think you need to be doing that for about 9 to 12 months before you can really say, okay, this is something that is reliable and I'm profitable. So that's my theory. I'm sure other people might disagree with it, but I've seen plenty of people, including myself, where you, for a month or 2, are taking nice payouts, and then all of a sudden you got 3 or 4 months where you don't take a single payout. So you might get a retouch here, Tristan. ES is tapping right into this new week opening gap and rejecting right at the VWAP too. So this could just push up, Tristan. I'd be super careful here. We'll see. How long did it take to get a payout from the eval stage? I didn't start trading prop firms until about this time last year. Before that, I was trading personal capital only. And then I discovered prop firms. So basically, like almost exactly a year ago is when I started trading prop firms. From then, I think it was February when I took my first actual payout. So that was around then. Into January, I think, actually. But I was taking withdrawals off of my personal capital account before then. Yeah, it's a good. It sounds crazy to say, man, but that's a good stage to be in. You're not behind. You're. A lot of people never pass an eval. As crazy as that sounds, you're in a good spot. You need to decide. You need to discover why it is that you're blowing the fundeds, or what it is that you're doing different from the fundeds from the evals, on the fundeds from the evals, and change it. You're not far away though, man. If you're at the point where you're easily passing evals and you're just blowing fundeds, there's a psychological component there that you need to address. Because clearly you could trade unless you're just full porting evals and getting lucky. But 9 times out of 10, it's a psychological issue. Let's see if Tristan posted something. Tristan usually comes in with the verses. If not, I'll find one. Tristan's slacking, man. I'm just kidding, Tristan. Problem with size, yeah, that's a huge problem for a lot of people. Yeah, Jay, no retouch, man. No retouch. And the scary thing is ES is bouncing off this VWAP here, so if that's the leading indice, I don't know that I'd necessarily even trust this 5-minute to be a short at this point. That might be the full move down. Who knows? We'll see. But the fact that ES is kind of bouncing off this gap and the VWAP and pushing up, I'd be hesitant here. Did you go to college? I'm in college right now. Calluses are itching like crazy for some reason. If you're profitable, why are you still in college? Dog. Because I set out on this journey about 2.5 years ago, and when I set out on this journey, I wasn't sure if this was going to be something that I could do as a job, and I had a desire to be an attorney. In order to be an attorney, you had to finish undergrad, and so that's what I did. I went back to school and started taking it seriously. Got into a really good university, and yeah, now I'm here. So here's the verse of the day. Finally, be strong in the Lord and in his mighty power. Ephesians 6:10. Amen to that. Amen to that. But yeah, if that answers your question, GD 13. No, we haven't taken anything. Super choppy. Not interested in any of this. Right now it's 10:26. And I got to go to class in not too long, to be honest. Field short, 25, 856. You front ran the inversion there? Might get a retouch here. Yeah, I get that, Tristan. The editing part is annoying. Hey, you're drawing price up there for us with that limit order. I see you on the book map. I'm just kidding. Tough to go short with the 1 hour bullish, yeah. Holding us up there and bouncing off that VWAP. The VWAP is really what would have me concerned, because ES, as soon as it populates, ES has been bouncing off the VWAP pretty steadily here. This new week opening gap is holding strong. We'll see. Again, I would think that London wants to get taken. I'd be super surprised if we just move right back out of this, but appreciate that, Nick. VWAP, what the fuck? I had VWAP in my head and I can't even tell you what it stands for anymore. The weighted average price, volume weighted average price, something like that. Volume weighted average price, yeah. It's a good indicator of like the mean of where price kind of hangs out. Invert this 5 to the upside now. And then we're just going to have price bounce around right here. See, it blew through that limit order on NQ. Might get entered and stopped in the same candle. That's what I was saying. I'd been a little hesitant to have a limit order there, but yeah, I think you will get stopped on this. ES is still pushing. One can, yeah. Call it a day, Nick. Call it a day, man. It's not worth it. Negated this inversion, created this inversion to the upside now. Inverted this gap on ES. Yeah, this is not ideal for anyone here. I would not be trading this. Yeah, not a bad idea. I don't, Anthony. No, I don't. I don't usually trade. I mean, I'll watch price like we're doing, but I don't typically get too excited about jumping into anything unless it's just super juicy. It's not ideal. Just not. It's not recommended, man. There's too many good days that happen to be wasting your you know, your capital on very unpredictable price action, in my opinion. I mean, you can take eval trades if you want, but for fundeds, I definitely don't recommend it. I don't do either. I don't take eval or fundeds. I try to trade my evals the same way I trade my fundeds. I have found that that's the way that I can find more success long term. A plus setup. All right, this would be hypothetical, so anybody watching, don't think that we're in a trade here. Probably could show you one, to be honest, if I have one on here. Let's see if I can find one. Hang on. See if I can find a screenshot, and I'll explain it to you. Baby oil and all. All right, this is a pretty good A plus setup here. Let's see if I can share this with you. Not that. I think this is it. Where is it? I don't think it's going to let me show you. Fuck. I really want to show you this. What is what noise? There we go. Still just blacking this out for some reason. I don't know why it's doing that. Well, it's fine by me. Kind of like white noise. Could be adding my gain up too much. How's that? All right, Adam. Appreciate you being here, man. There we go. Still not going to let me show you. Wow. I don't know. Fuck it. I'll put it in the Discord. There's some in the Discord that are there. What's up, Buffalo Milk? Nah, no trades. No trades. All right, boys and girls, I got to go to class, unfortunately. Um, it's been real. It's been fun. I can't say that it's been real fun. You guys be good. Stay safe. Don't take stupid trades today, man. This is not ideal price action. Wait until later in the week when we have some better stuff to trade off of here. So appreciate you guys being here. Appreciate all the follows and the gifts. You stay safe, stay blessed, be good. We'll be back tomorrow, 9 o'clock, between 9 and 9:30 a.m. So we'll be here. Peace. Thanks, Minnie. Y'all have a good one too. Thank you. We'll see you.